Yeah. So look at it here. Okay, this is the name your project. Project name should contain only lowercase characters and underscores. A good package name should reflect your organization name or the intent use of these models. So I'm going to name the project here. So what name should? So time variant class level bank. So go to this class level in class level now
Mother, you didn't say like why we are using DBT when we have Snowflake.
for the transformations. I said right. Uh, see the lineage graph. I explained right. Modularity, CI/CD pipeline. We don't have that. Connect with GitHub. Okay. So if you want to move data in the dev to test to production, you need to go with Python and those things. So, but here directly we have CI/CD. So continuous integration, continuous
Deploy.
deployment. So now, where are we? Okay, copy these. Where is bank? This is not okay. Link it warehouse. Okay, we give this. Okay, time variant. Lower case and put the here and paste here. So if you do any small mistake, it's affect everything. Okay, so do not do any mistake here. And use single quotations. And here see the name time underscore variant underscore transformation underscore bank reporting generating bank data reports. Generating bank data transformation bank reporting. Okay, why this bank reporting? Okay, so this one. Okay, and version 1.00 configuration 2. And once you check with this graph, see this one. Okay, picture one. So clear, right? So we have 6 tables, and we created 3 models, and we created 2 weaves. Okay, and final this is the model. So where it comes from, like TLC, CCDC means. So from the lineage graph, we can see clearly everything. Okay, so I'm clear, guys. Yeah. Okay. Any doubt in this lineage graph or why DBT?
So ideally, we are clubbing all the source tables to one table, right? One table or view.
No, yeah, but the requirement we're going to create the models, not like suppose there are product customers orders table. Now need a what is the total sales, and okay, like how we going to find total sales? We need to combine the 3 tables, right?
Kind of aggregation.
Yes, yes. We need to find not only aggregation, everything. Okay, not only
No,
aggregation, everything.
final end result. No, final end result of the table or view is for aggregating the data.
Yes, not only aggregation for everything, whatever the requirement, depend on the requirement. Suppose I need total sales count, I need correct balance of all, and I need total bills of credit card and debit card and pending payments. I need separate. There are different requirements, right? Like for that. I think I also
Okay.
done for I have shared in the group, right? One at mentoring skip mode. Okay. So we'll see later. I shared in the group, right? Go with it. What is the project and requirement? You can see in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So here version in single quotation 1.0 and 0.0 and config version 2. And this setting configures which profile DBT uses for this project. Profile default. Okay. These configurations specify where DBT should look for different types of files, and the model paths config, for example, states that model in this project can be. So found in the models directory, you probably won't need to change this. Okay. And models path, models analysis path, test path, seed path, macro path, snapshots path. Suppose if you given anything like on your own, time variant path column and use, okay, time variant, okay, and this. So now see. Okay. And target path, target, okay, and clean targets, okay, and target directory which will store completely SQL files. Directories to be removed by dbt clean. Okay. Configuration models. Okay. Full documentation you can see the docs.getdb.com docs configuration models. Okay. And okay. So then in DBT, the default metallization for a model is a view. Okay, remember this point. In DBT, the default metallization for a model is view. So metallization is nothing but how table should be behaved, like table or view or incremental or FML. So table we know, and incremental we know, incremental that one we done with the streams, right? And FML is just we create to save the cost, just for the analysis purpose. For the it will store on, it will create in the DBT. It won't reflect in the Snowflake. Okay? And in DBT, the default metallization for a model is a view. And then this means when you run DBT run or DBT build, all of your models will be built as a view in your data platform. Okay, the configuration below will override this setting for a models in the example folder to instead of being metallization as a tables, any models you add the root of the models folder will uh, continue to be built as a view. So these settings can be overridden in the individual model files using config. Okay, we do practically. Okay, so models my new project. So what I given? I given this, right? Copy this one. So change here also. We need to change from this. Don't change here. It will not run models. Okay. So applies to all files under models folder. This one inside we have example folder. So inside example folder we have my first DBT model dot SQL, my second DBT model dot SQL. Okay, so everything it should be like example better is called table. Everything it should be like table, not like v table. Okay, so now I have changed it thing and I have created new folder. So let's check it's going to work or not. Save, and you can see refresh here, refresh. Okay, now see. Okay, analysis logs, macros, models, seed, snapshot, target, test. Okay, and git ignore tbt project.yml and read me.md. So we do not have the time variant thing. Okay, time variant this thing. So now what is these errors showing? Okay, time variant paths. Okay. So here So let's check with the chart. So not creating folder. So what it will say. So timevariant-path and timevariant-path is not a valid DBT project configuration. So DBT will not recognize it is a modular path configuration. If you want timevariant folder, you have two kind of options. Okay, inside that models folder, we can create timevariant transactions and loan and customers. Correct? Path is like the test macro snapshot target path clean target and model time variant. This one example methylation table time variant methylation table. Okay, we can create like this. Okay, suppose we have this one. I'm copying this and pasting here to below. Okay, so now it will create a folder, or directly you can click on this on the models folder and you can create the folder. And so see models, we have refresh. Think I not see. Okay, models and example. So it's not creating. What we will do, click on this new folder, add tab, create. Okay, like this video. If you want to create a new folder. Okay. So this is okay. How to create. Now we have inside the models. You have example folder. Here we have the tab. It's created out. Okay. Inside the models. See, inside the models we have example. Inside these are models, and inside the models we have the tab. Okay. So this is how to create folder and how to set up project name. And after every time we need to no need of this. Okay, every time we need to save if you are changing anything, we need to change. Okay. So now I'm moving to this my first DBT model. Okay. See, welcome to your first DBT model. So did you know that you can also okay and uh, did you know that you can also configure models directly within SQL files? Okay, so this will override configuration start in DBT project variant. Okay, try changing table to view. So below. Okay, so first this is the config block. Okay, so and select one of the ID and urinal, select another ID, select star from source data. So uncomment the line below to remove records with null ID values where ID is not null. Okay, so if you want to check preview of data, where is the preview of here? And we don't have a preview option, right? Comments, problems, result, okay. Preview. Okay, so this is the model. Okay, we have ID and one and null. If you want to run dbt run, so dbt run runs the all. Dbt run runs the all model inside dbt all models. All models. Okay, now I'm running dbt. It's taken the 4.7 seconds and see my first dbt model. Okay, below my first dbt model and my second dbt model. Now go to the Snowflake and go to here and show tables. So what we have, where it's created, I think this one. Now you can see my first DBT model and my second DBT model. This one first DBT model, second. Okay, and run the show tables. So both are um, so transient table. Okay, remember if you create the model in the DBT, what type of table it will create in the Snowflake? It will create transient. Won't be the transient table, but if you want to use using seeds, we can create a permanent table. But using these DBT models, we cannot create the permanent table. So permanent table we cannot create. This is transient tables, and so check again about show views. So there are no views. Okay. Now there is only one net rejoin with the same link. Rejoin.